Are we there yet?
I've always loved to road trip, but the problem with road tripping is sometimes after a little while it starts to feel like too long. And every kid seems to intuitively have the same question: are we almost there? This question isn't so much a question about your arrival as it is a statement about your condition. When we're asking the question, are we there? What we're saying is, I don't want to be in this circumstance anymore. I just want to have arrived. And when we get into our later years, into our adult years, the question changes a little bit from are we there to how long? How long do I have to remain in these circumstances? How long do I have to stay in my current condition? This is not a new concept. In Psalm 13, we see that the psalmist is crying out to God in this psalm of lament. And he says, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" It's an honest cry, and a cry that almost has a bit of a feel of offensiveness. Like, how can you speak to the living God in such a way as to question, how long, O Lord? I mean, who are we to question God? But the lament psalm is a powerful psalm because what it is, it's a recognition of a couple things. An atheist can't have a lament song. A deist can't have a lament song. Because when we lament, we have to first acknowledge that there's a God that we are lamenting to. And when we lament, not only are we lamenting to a God, we're asking a question because we believe that God is able to hear and powerful enough to answer. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? But the psalmist and the struggle of the psalmist doesn't end there. He goes on to say, how long will I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart? This idea that it's not just about what God is doing or not doing, the activity or the inactivity of God, but how long do I have to stay in here? How long do I have to wrestle with my thoughts? How long do I need to suffer for? In a time of such uncertainty and question marks about how long will I be isolated, how long will this virus go on, how long will I remain in a home either by myself or with too many people, or how long will I remain in this suffering, my circumstances? How long will I wrestle with my thoughts? We're not the only ones to lament. In fact, Jesus lamented when he was on the cross. He cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" What Jesus was doing was quoting Psalm 22. What we do or don't realize is that when a psalm was quoted, the listeners of that psalm would begin to recite the end of the psalm, very much in the same way that if you were to listen to a song, and the song was one that you knew really well, and somebody were to sing that song but only sing half of it, in your mind you would have to finish that song. Or maybe a commercial jingle that somebody starts to sing and then they only get halfway through. You would finish that song. And I would encourage you to go and read the rest of Psalm 22, because where Jesus starts in the fact that his Father, his God, has forsaken him, ends in a place of worship. We need to finish the song. Much like Psalm 13, the psalmist goes from how long, O Lord? How long will you hide your face? Will you turn away from me forever? How long will I wrestle? But at the end, he finishes with this: but I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me. Wherever you are today, you might be in a place of anxiety, of wrestling, of asking the question, how long, Lord? But don't forget to finish the song. And I pray that you would be reminded that there is an end, and that there is an answer, and that there is a God who wants to hear you and has the ability to change your circumstances.